I'm Matt with TNS Manufacturing. In this video, we're going to talk about how to adjust the CZ223 chain grinder when you see a difference in height from your left hand cutters to your right hand cutters or vice versa. As you're grinding chain, you've likely noticed, even with other chain grinders, that if you're grinding on your left and then switch to your right, for instance, you'll see a significant difference or even a small difference between the height of the tooth in relation to the grinding wheel, either being too high or too low. Well, fortunately, we've designed into this grinder some ways to make permanent adjustments to take that difference out of the equation. To begin this procedure, we're going to review just a couple adjustments that are on the machine that we're going to use when we go to balance the two sides. We have this knob down here at the bottom, and that knob lifts and lowers this section of the grinder, basically the chain rail, the pawl, all those features. This locks that in place. So what I like to do is I just like to, like right here, I'll just loosen it and then just barely tighten a little bit, so that when we adjust this, it'll actually slide but not be really sloppy and loose. And so we're going to use this adjustment to get the tooth underneath of the grinding wheel. The other adjustment we're going to use is this one right here. This pushes the pawl forward or allows it to come back. So in this case, we're going to want to dial this pawl all the way back. What we're trying to do is basically we're trying to get this tooth in a relatively flat position. It doesn't have to be perfectly flat because we're going to use the same point on this raker for both sides of the machine. So wherever you leave it, that's where you want it to be when you make these adjustments. We won't want to adjust this anymore. So what we'll do is we'll come over here, and you can see I'm really high right now. We'll begin to adjust this guy down. What we're going to do, we want to just get under the stone right there. That's just about perfect. So once we go over it, we can gently lift it back up, and I can just hear it kind of grinding against the wheel just a little bit, just like that. So that would be really good. You can start on the left, start on the right, it doesn't matter. Basically what we're going to eventually be doing here is we're going to be coming over to this other side, and again we're trying to use that same position, and what it's going to tell us, where am I touching here on the bottom and where am I touching there, that will tell me this side is too high or low, or that side is too high or low. So basically once we have this position to where I can go under one side of the wheel, we'll begin to sweep back and forth. You can actually see that I'm actually dragging that stone just a little bit. But being able to sweep back and forth like this will tell us, again, that's what we're going to use to tell us the difference on this side versus the other side. The difference from here to here. Right now our stone's pretty small, but an 8-inch grinding wheel would give you a lot more surface to play with. So if you want to adjust it, just put on a new stone and then begin to check it.
So at this part of the process, we're going to use the raker again to go under the stone and find which side of the machine is lowest. So whether it's the left side of the machine or the right side of the machine that is low, that will be the side that we're essentially going to lift up and try to make it equal with the other side of the machine. In this scenario, we're going to imagine that it's the right side of the machine that is actually low and needs to be adjusted. But the bolts and the set screw that make the adjustments are exactly the same on either side of the machine. The two Allen wrenches that you saw actually show the positions of, one, the shoulder bolt that holds the arm down, and then two, the set screw that pushes the arm up. Now looking at the bottom of the machine, we can see that we have 3 shoulder bolts, and then we also have 2 set screws. The first shoulder bolt we're going to loosen just a little bit, maybe like half a turn. And the second shoulder bolt we're also going to loosen about half a turn. Once the shoulder bolts are loose, we can go ahead and tighten that first set screw. this will actually begin to lift up the arm that was low. At this point, once we've made an adjustment to the grinder, I'll go ahead and I'll take my raker, and again I'll sweep it underneath the stone or perhaps in and out. Just continue to try to check and see if everything's even along the grinding wheel. If everything looks good, you can go ahead and tighten those two shoulder bolts that you have previously loosened. This may actually cause the arm to draw back down a little bit, so once you tighten them, again, check your grinding wheel, and if it's a little bit too low, loosen those shoulder bolts again and adjust the set screw up just a little bit. So basically you can go ahead and continue to make adjustments and check the grinding wheel, see if things are even, and then just continue that process, refining it until you get it very smooth or very even across the entire width of the machine. It should be noted that when you set up your machine for the first time, and if there is a significant gap from one side or the other, please give us a call. We can help you make further adjustments on the machine. If you have any additional questions about the chain grinder, please feel free to reach out. We'll put our contact information on the screen and in the description below. Thank you so much for your interest in our machines, and if you've purchased one of our chain grinders, we truly appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and follow us on social media so that you can be alerted to future videos and content.